Alright, welcome back to Working the Yard with Will. So back in the lab or the garage working on some stairs here. I put together these stairs, but I had a little bit of extra wood left over, so I'm going to continue them up. I got some 6x6 posts I'm going to put in here, treated wood lumber, and take it all the way up. I'll have a section of maybe about 5 steps here, another section of about 6 steps there, and then it's going to wrap in for the path. And then once I get on the path, it'll be a little level, a bit more level. And so working that out. I got my first step here that's crucial. I'm trying to figure out how I want to go up this hill just a little bit. I know it's going to wind a little bit up to the right, so putting this first step down. Got a couple of drainage rocks, level, and a big hammer for leveling, for tamping stuff down. So stay tuned. Working Yard with Will. We're rolling now, folks. I got about 4 steps down, and right here to the left, these are the old timbers that came out the ground that I had here before. But I'm going to use them because this is what I'm running into. As I walk up the steps here, I got plenty of dirt on the left side, right side for my steps to go down to. But here in between this area and this area, it's a little low before I go back up the hill again. So what I'm thinking about doing is taking these guys, digging them down in the ground, however deep they are, put one on the left and right, one on the left and the right hand side to build me up to the correct height. When I put my next level of tread up, I have something to drill into. And then by that time, I should be right there with that stake. What I made myself here is some sleepers in the ground where you see that old wood here and here. The ground wasn't quite high enough to maintain the step level. So I put those old logs I had here that have been in here about 4 years, and they're barely getting chewed up a little bit. And I'm gonna secure that down to the ground and put the step on top of that. There was some rebar and some screws, so it's not gonna go nowhere. Why have it open, I probably should just go ahead and get some pressure treated lumber, and just go ahead and sacrifice the 30 bucks or whatever. At least that way I know that sleeper is gonna be there for a long time, vices it rotting out. But this is my idea for right now, and I'm probably gonna stop here anyway to think about it some more. But actually, this is where the stairs start to turn. So I gotta get myself something to read the degrees and start making the turn. Working Yard with Will. All right, so welcome back to Working the Yard with Will. So we're creating a platform now. This is going to be a 4-foot platform, 4 foot long by just a little under 40 inches, 38.7 inches wide. And the whole idea of the platform is I can come up this way or walk up this way behind the trees and then continue my way back up the hill to the Japanese garden. So that's the whole idea, folks, trying to get up here to about this point right here, and that's where the steps are going to end. Where that hose is laying there is roughly where it kind of levels out somewhat, and I can make a path going over there to the I think we talked about this in the previous video. This is coming up there from the existing drainage pond area. You still want to have good fall. I'm going down the hill, so that helps me. So I'm gonna take all this extra dirt out, make sure that pipe is on the bottom so it still has good fall for drainage going out. Put my stairs here, foundation part of the stairs here. One here and one here. And then I'll put the next riser. All right, so welcome back to Working the Yard with Will. So we got the little bit of trenches dug out there for the run. I even put down some drainage rock underneath there, if you can see that or not. It helps with leveling out and helps with drainage. It gives me something stable that's gonna not move on me. And I also added If you can see there, that end is wet. I don't have any wood preservative, but I do have some Thompson's water seal. And so at a minimum, I'm putting that on there on my cut edges and on the bottom of the wood where it's making ground contact. So, you know, something's better than nothing. And then once I'll get this in the ground, of course I'll go back and get my rebar and secure it all the way down, probably 3 to 4 feet of rebar so it doesn't move, along with cleaning it off the top and doing some more water seal across the top of it to protect it, or stain it. I don't know what you guys think. Should I stain this the same color as the bridge? Out here on the steps again, had to make a small modification because of the material I had left over, but I think it's going to work out. What you see here on the steps is I have a rise of about 5.5 inches using that 6x6 post right there. The next one, the actual run on this one is roughly about 13 inches. I did 13 inches on the first 2 steps and then essentially doubled that on the next run because I'm leading up to the platform area. The platform area is about 44 inches wide. I'm sorry, 44 inches long and about 40 inches wide, 38 3/4. And working on the next section and working my way up to make this little impact driver has worked out pretty good with putting down these nice timber screws with a nice charged battery. You know, it knocks them out. Coming up here, this is my irrigation line, DIY irrigation line. I'm gonna have to cut it and take it under the step before I completely fill this in. This dirt actually is gonna come out. I'm gonna put quite a bit of crushed rock down in there. But I gotta move this line and I gotta move that line too. So coming along in here, the 2 short steps, and I got them a little bit longer just to kind of make it match with the hillside elevation. And so coming up the hill, I'm still fighting this drainage pipe that I got going underneath here. Remember, I'm gonna clear out a little bit more of that dirt and put down some class 2 or some drainage rock down there, and then top it off with something else. I haven't decided yet. But wouldn't you know, I got up here to the top of the hill and I ran into some other pipe. But it's all good. I'm just gonna dig a little bit that way, get it down below. Remember to keep my fall, you know, don't want to have a belly. Keep the fall in the pipe and cover it back up with class 2. But it's starting to snow out here, so we'll see how far we can go. Got one more board, one more riser, and then I gotta go get. I went to the hardware store today and picked up some nice 1/2 inch rebar to make sure these steps don't go anywhere. On the steps where I have 2 of these posts together, we're going down about 2 feet roughly, and where there's a single step where it's not doubled up, I'm going down about it seems like it hadn't made much progress, and it feels like that too. But I'm on my second to last step. I got 2 more risers to do from here, but as you guys know, I'm moving this pipe around, and I just finished doing a repair on that section over there because I nipped into it, and then being a little careless over here, I nipped into this one in almost the same exact spot. Crazy, but it's okay because check it out. Got myself a 4-inch section of this corrugated pipe. I'm gonna split it down one side, open that section up, compress this down, stick it inside of it, and once it opens back up, not a problem. Repair done. On the last platform here, and what I got down in there, I got drainage pipe on this side, drainage pipe on that side. I buried the drainage pipe a little bit lower than what was needed. Put down some drainage rock and some pond stone, whatever I can find to get down in here to make sure that the platform is going to be level and have some support underneath it. So that's what I'm doing now. Going to tack this thing together, level it up on all 4 sides, and I think I'm gonna call it a day here. But I made it to the top of the hill and right in line with my path. So I'll dress this up either by bringing the mulch down a little bit more, continuing on with the wooden borders that I've showed in an earlier video. Continue on with that wooden border coming this way, and perhaps on this side as well as the entrance, and then I'll start working on the actual pathway leading up into the Japanese garden. Hadn't decided yet what type of material I'm going to use. Am I going to use pebbles, gravel, what?